Jamaat Islami's Hafiz Naeemur Rahman said that he was hopeful the PPP, the ruling party in Sindh, would address the former's reservations about the recently held local government elections. He made the remarks after meeting a PPP delegation led by Said Ghani, who is also the provincial information minister.
लिहाजा हम ये समझते हैं कि इस मसले को अच्छे तरीके से रिजॉल्व हो जाना चाहिए ताकि फिर यानी क्यों शहर के अंदर वो फ़िज़ा पैदा हो कि जिसके नतीजे में जो है वो कोई किसी को तस्लीम ना करे। जो जीत गया है उसको तस्लीम करना चाहिए। और मेरी यही दरख्वास्त है, हम तमाम तर तहफ़्फ़ुज़ात के बावजूद जिसका जो जेन्युइन मैंडेट है हम उसको तस्लीम करते हैं। लेकिन जमात इस्लामी अगर एक बड़ी पार्टी के तौर पर सामने आ गई है तो ज़रूरी नहीं है कि कोई नंबरों को आगे पीछे करके आप उसका साइज़ कम करने की कोशिश करें। बहरहाल हमने सारी बातें की हैं और मेरा ख्याल है कि बात इस लिहाज से तो बेहतर है कि इन्होंने जहाँ ये अपना रोल अदा कर सकते हैं उसका अदा करने की यकीन दहानी करवाई है और मैं इनसे उम्मीद रखता हूँ कि इंशाल्लाह ऐसा ही होगा।
Said Ghani congratulated the Jamaat Islami for securing a good number of seats during the local government elections. He said the PPP had contacted the party in an effort to hear the reservations and complaints, accepting that the Jamaat Islami had grievances and complaints regarding the local government polls. Meanwhile, Karachi police have registered a case against PTI Sindh President Ali Zaidi and 17 other party workers under terrorism and other charges after rival political activists clashed outside the Kimari Deputy Commissioner's office yesterday evening. The Free and Fair Election Network said that controversies regarding the quality of the electoral process in the recently held Sindh local government polls do not augur well, especially when the political parties are preparing for general elections. In an observation report, FAFA noted that many controversies in the local government polls stemmed from weaknesses in the legislative framework that governed elections, adding that these needed to be rectified through negotiations among all political actors. The government recorded its apprehensions before the Lahore High Court regarding the Toshakhana gifts, saying the public disclosure of such articles could cause unnecessary media hype, which might be potentially damaging to the interests of Pakistan in the conduct of international relations. The concern was raised by the government in its report submitted before the single-judge bench during the hearing of a petition seeking to make the records of Toshakhana gifts public. The petition was filed by a private citizen Munir Ahmed through advocate Azhar Siddiq in December 2022. Meanwhile, PTI leader Fawad Chaudhry expressed surprise at the government's reply, saying a Toshakhana watch was the top agenda of the government until a few days ago, and now it is finding an escape route due to fears of being exposed. The Election Commission of Pakistan decided to issue a notification confirming PTI Chief Imran Khan's victory in by-elections on 7 National Assembly seats that was earlier withheld for its alleged failure to submit the party's funding details to the electoral body. A 5-member ECP body headed by Chief Election Commissioner Sikandar Sultan Raja announced a decision that was reserved on 20th December last year. The ECP had taken notice of Imran's failure to submit the details of the expenses incurred during the by-polls and subsequently withheld the notification of his victory over non-compliance of the Commission's orders. In its verdict today, the ECP noted that the former Prime Minister had furnished all required details to the watchdog, hence paving the way for the issuance of the notification of his victory. The Foreign Office strongly condemned the terrorist attack from across the Pakistan-Iran border in Balochistan's Panjgur district on Wednesday evening, in which 4 security personnel were martyred. During a weekly press briefing today, Foreign Office spokesperson Mumtaz Ara Baloch said Pakistan strongly condemns the terrorist attack from across the Iran border. According to ISPR, militants used Iranian soil to target a convoy of security forces patrolling along the border yesterday. Following the attack, Iran had been asked to hunt down the terrorists on their side, the ISPR had said. Referring to the recent clarification on the Prime Minister's statement regarding talks with India, she said Pakistan condemns India's atrocities in Kashmir on every level, before adding that Pakistan wants better relations with all neighboring countries including India. But India should create an environment that makes it clear that it is not involved in terrorism. A major Indian journalist group urged the government to reject a proposal to police fake news on social media, saying such a change to the country's information technology rules would be akin to censorship. The proposal would bar social media platforms from hosting any information that the authorities identify as false, the latest in a slew of measures by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government. that are being seen as efforts to rein in big tech firms. Information deemed fake or false by the Press Information Bureau or by any other agency authorized for fact-checking by the government would be prohibited under the draft amendment issued on Tuesday. The Editors Guild of India, in a statement, urged the government to scrap the proposal and begin meaningful consultations with stakeholders on the regulatory framework for digital media.